So today is the day that I finally take my DVDs and Xbox collection to CEX. A few months ago I decided that for the most part I was going to stick to collecting for the PlayStation systems rather than a bit of both. A lot of people are like, oh, why not 360 and PS3? Well, a lot of the games are shared. You know, the majority of the games that came out for the PS3 came out for the 360. Like, I had some games like Dead Space and Dead Island and Dead Rising a ridiculous amount of times across the various different consoles. And I was running out of space. Especially with the second shelf over there that I put in to try to, solve that problem. So, by consolidating down to just one style system, we made a lot more space. Granted, I still have an entire shelf. I still have got over 50 Xbox 360 games, but I could consolidate these down a little bit further too. In fact, I don't need these three anymore. My Gears of War regular editions, because I have the collector's editions, they can go. Despite the fact that I'm getting rid of my Xbox collection, that being the pile of Xbox games that's going, and that being what's being kept, suggests to me that I'm keeping more than I'm getting rid of, which, I guess, whoops. And you know what? Something else I'd love to do at some point is replace the Spider-Man games with their PS3 versions, but I don't know. Anyway, the other one is the massive pile of DVDs, which, if you've been watching these videos for a while, you've been seeing me replace the DVD versions with Blu-rays, and that pile is only going to continue to grow. Realistically, I'm going to get rid of that pile, and then it begins again. So, yeah. But at some point, we're going to have full shelves of Blu-rays, maybe. Hard part is the fact that not everything gets a Blu-ray release. So that's going to be a bit of an annoying one, but we'll make it work. Well, I've just added some more tasks to my list, because I'm very impulsive, and I make decisions like that. I might be getting another camera, another DJI Osmo Pocket 3. That'll make 3 of them. Make my life much easier. Well, I said in a video yesterday, there is no limit on the amount of money I will spend for convenience sake, and this is exactly that. It really is silly for me to even have 2, but it just makes it so much easier, so I'm going to. And it'll mean I got another battery handle, they're pretty expensive in and of themselves, and having more battery handles is never a bad thing. For example, let me show you. So this little tube, ignore the tripod that's connected to it, just this bit, right, where my thumb and my index finger are. It connects into the bottom of the camera and extends the battery life of the camera by like 70%. I've got one on like right now, for example. They are mega helpful for when you're out and about for a long period of time. And imagine one battery handle dies, I've got spares, because each camera comes with one, but they're like 60, 70 quid to buy individually. And it also comes with the microphone, which I have use of because I can control the camera. And then, so I've got 3 styles of video that I make, and I want each style of video to pertain to one camera. There's this, where I'm doing my daily vlog. There's the Q&A style videos where I'm answering questions, and then there's the gamelog videos. I want each one to be on its own camera, is the intention. And the things I do for these bloody videos. But to get it today, because I refuse to wait till tomorrow, and I am an impulsive mother, that means that I'm going to have to go to Canuck again to get to that Argos rather than my local Argos, which is annoying because there's an Argos 10 minutes up the road from me, but instead I'm going on the motorway to Canuck, which means we're also going to go to Canuck CEX, because why not? And maybe if that Gears of War 3 Collector's Edition is still there, I'll pull the trigger on that one. Okay, so I feel like I've got just the appropriate bag to begin bagging stuff up. In fact, hang on, let me face lock it so it follows me around, shall we? That way when I move, it follows me. Like I said, this is why we're getting all the extra cameras and the microphones and things for upgrades. I really hope this bag is big enough. I really hope you guys are going to be able to see. I might move you over a little bit. Put you there. God, my room's a mess. My room needs a dust as well. Some people on TikTok ask me, how do I keep everything so clean? And I'm like, do I? I feel like I do. Be real with you. I don't know if they'll even take all of these. A lot of these are not going to be in the best condition because some of them are like childhood DVDs. I even know if there's discs in all of them. Like this Harry Potter box set. Couldn't tell you if it was even filled with all of them. Who knows? Transformers. This bag might actually not be big enough. Oh Christ. I really thought it would be. Oh no. Oh big boy no. This is not good. I can start filling down the sides perhaps. I mean, they must get people rocking up with bags like this constantly, because this is how they get so many DVDs in the first place, is people doing exactly what I'm doing now, having a clear out. I almost don't want to get rid of that one. You know what? I'm not getting rid of that one. I like that one. I know that I've replaced it and all, but I'm not getting rid of it. Yeah. Okay, that's all the DVDs in. This isn't going swimmingly, I'll be honest with you. This bag isn't big enough for how many I'm taking. I really thought this bag was going to be overkill because of how massive it is. They're going to hate this. It's going to make for a good video though. Can't be the first time this has ever happened though, surely. I'm just thinking, are there any other Xbox 360 games that can now be replaced? In fact, when it comes to high value ones and reprinting covers, basically they told me that they'll reprint a cover on something that's worth it to them to reprint the cover to sell. This Family Guy game is decently expensive. It's a fake cover because I made it, but it's also a decently expensive game, so they'd probably have it off me and reprint their own legit cover. Or their version of legit cover, I suppose. Right, let's see if this will all fit, shall we? Oh, Christ. Okay, so we're going to have to use the longer handles. Oh. It fits. Just. Might need to do some rejigging. There was probably a better way we could have done this. Right. Alright then. And for anybody looking for a little Rubester update, yesterday she slept in her bed until about 8 AM this morning with no peep. It wasn't until she needed a wee that she made any noise. So, I think Ruby is nearly back to normal. Ain't you, Rubes? Ain't you? Good girl. He's a good girl. You need a wee though. Come on. Let's go. Before I leave, you need a wee. See, this is a completely different... Something smells weird than here. What's new? Reed diffuser. That. Great. But yeah, check this out. You just don't want to get out of bed anymore, do you? This is a different dog than you were a week ago. A week ago, the second she was left alone in her crate, she'd be screaming the house down. Now she don't want to get out of bed. Come on, Rubes. Come get some belly rubs. Come on. Come here. Come here. Come here. Big stretch. Ruby. Hello. Would you like some belly rubs? Look at her tail. Big yawn. You've not slept enough then, have you? You sleepy sausage. What was the little bum wiggle you did? Come here. Ruby. Another big stretch. Hi. Ever since we moved behind the sofa, she loves playing back there now. Here she comes. Would you like belly rubs? Would you like belly rubs? Yeah, I thought so. I thought so. How's your belly? It's getting there. Still a bit saggy. Still got a bit of a mum tum from your pregnancy that you shouldn't have had. You're the baby. We're the adults. Silly sausage. You little silly sausage. What's this? Oh no, my paw is broken. Oh no. Yes, I'll give you some more. Alright, we're in the car. My bag of games and DVDs is in the boot. What is the bettings that when I open that boot up, it's going to be all over the place? And Neve has sent me a picture because Neve's out right now too. At the same car park that I'm going to, it's completely underwater. This is going to be a problem. It's going to be a long day, guys. Well, I had to go on the wrong side of the road to even get on the car park because the entrance to the car park is almost flooded too. And the tide is coming in towards me, so I need to probably get a hustle on. But it's not raining and the weather's getting better. But Christ, the entire thing is a pond. You could genuinely get a canoe. Yeah, look at the fella over there trying to get out. Bad. Very bad. I bet all the shops are losing so much custom. Anyway, let's go. And there is the receipt for all of that. I can't believe I got over 100 quid for all of that. And it was going to go in the bin otherwise. So with all of the things traded in, voucher gotten, and the biggest receipt I've ever seen in my life, sorted out, I had a bit of a browse at what was in the CEX. I didn't expect it to be anything different than the last time because it hadn't been that long, I don't feel. But I also did need to do it very quickly because I was probably stood there for... It could not have been far off an hour, and I don't really know how long we're allowed to park at the car park for. I think it's 2 hours. But I also know that, because obviously I'm commentating this at the end of today, I know that I was out the house for over 4 hours, in which case it was probably cutting it close, so I did need to get a jiffy on and have a quick browse, get what I wanted to get, because there were a few things that I knew I was in here to get, so I needed to get those. Speaking of, Doom, looking for a Doom Steelbook, because I think those are cool. Doom Eternal and regular Doom would be nice. Along with a few others. A Resident Evil 5 and 6 Steelbook, and 7 and 8 as well, just all of the Resident... and 2 remake, all the Steelbooks. Maybe a Call of Duty Ghosts Steelbook as well, because I've gotten a few of the older COD Steelbooks. Somebody traded in a Manhunt and a... not a Manhunt, a Manhunt 2 and a Sly Raccoon 3, which are both pretty rare games. That Manhunt 2 is well over £100. I think it might be like 130 to purchase. I know that she was given like 105 on a voucher, which means it's a very expensive game these days. I think I got mine a few months ago when it was at about 75 quid. I don't know, kind of lose track. But nonetheless, today ended up being a decently successful day. So stay tuned for our next trip. It was a decently successful CEX haul, but also while I was in there, they little birdie told me about another infinite money glitch, to the point where even if you were to trade it in for cash rather than a voucher, you'd still profit like 8 quid per transaction, which is crazy. So I might make some use of that, perhaps. We'll see. Right, back in the car. It started raining. Went to the pier box, nearly forgot. So we're winning. Got my stuff. Off to Cannock. It really feels like improving my setup is a never-ending game of bouncing between different towns, different Cannocks and different curries. But hey, at least we're going to profit from in here because of the staff member. Phase Farm, well done, nearly ran me over. It's cool. Dare it. Phase Farm, FAE, at Nintendo Switch, so 2 for 20 quid, and they trade in for like 40 quid a piece at CEX or something along those lines. That's a win. And the staff told me, so their fault. So this game, 2 for 20, £19 each, and CEX sells them for 30 or gives you a £20 voucher. So you spend 20 quid, get 2 of them, and then take them both to CEX and get a £40 voucher, double your money. Alright, finished off in Sainsbury's. Now I'm off to CEX. I've got 50 minutes before it closes, I think, and my phone has just warned me that the way home is very heavy traffic and it's going to take twice as long as it's supposed to. Yay! Fantastic, let's go. I tell you what, gang, I'm bloody starving. I've had about 400 calories today. It's nearly 5 p.m. Like, I think, actually, no, it is 5 p.m, so I've got about half an hour till this CEX shuts. So plenty of time, but not good. I'm eating 3,000 calories a day and it's 5 p.m. and I've had 400. Whoops. I mean, we've got a lot of high calorie days coming, so it'll balance out, but it's not the point. It's not the point. Let's go. Into CEX we go, and I've just spotted that the owner of this one is in. That's funny. Alrighty then, so now we're in Cannock CEX, and this is an interesting one because they seem all over the shop when it comes to their intake of stuff. A bit ago, they had new stuff all the time. Also, check this out, Dark Souls 1, 2, and 3, the remastered front covers. I do wonder how those got there. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. But yeah, they don't seem to have gotten anything new on the console side of things for a while now. Granted, while I was looking at the Blu-rays, I did notice a staff member putting out an absolute stack of PS4 games, so maybe I got there a little bit early. Granted, I was in there 15 minutes from closing, so I couldn't possibly have been any later. Maybe the next time I go, there'll be some new stuff. The last time I noticed anything new was that big influx of Steelbooks a couple of weeks ago that I didn't really get too much chance to look at myself. But it's one of those where you can never really predict it. Now, I know that they'll have KPIs and things that they need to hit. Like, for example, Stafford's told me before when they're having good days and bad days and how sometimes it's difficult to predict. Like, for example, apparently the way that CEX do things, I've been told by multiple CEXs now, is they will compare the current day to the same date exactly 1 year ago and use that to base the standard of their sales from. So for example, I'm recording this on the 10th of December. They will look at the 10th of December 2023 as a baseline for how many sales they should expect to make on the 10th of December 2024. which is an interesting way of going about it, that's for sure, on a day-to-day basis. A lot of businesses tend to function more on like a larger scale, less bothered about the day-to-day inner workings and more about like the week-to-week, month-to-month, quarter-to-quarter. Like a lot of businesses will look at how successful they were over the course of a quarter rather than, day-to-day. And I'm sure they probably do that as well, But I just think it's interesting, the business side of things. Everything always has business sides of things. Whether people talk about it or not, whether people make everybody aware of it or not, there are always business sides of things. There are absolutely everything. Literally everything. Me buying a third camera, there are things business-wise behind that. Trust me. Especially with it being prior to April and all that sort of thing. Anyway, let's go. So I ended up getting something pretty cool. I thought it was going to be a duplicate, or at least somewhat. I'll explain when we're back, but it wasn't, which is nice. Show you what we got when we get home, if we ever get home. Ruby's got a sock, and she doesn't want it being taken from her. Sock.
When I put the washing out earlier, as I tried to pull the stuff out, I had to just really be quick at pulling out any pants and socks and putting them on the side. It looks like Ruby food.
Looks disgusting. It's going to taste so weird. At least it's going in quesadillas.
It looks like butternut box. Like the dog foods that come in like pouches like this that you freeze.
At least it's going in quesadillas, so we shouldn't feel it.
Yeah.
Let's go through everything I got from CEX today then, shall we? And of course, all of this was from today's new voucher, so technically free, just from getting rid of loads of old stuff. We got Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition. I needed this because I technically already own the digital one, and yeah, it's one of them. I actually already owned the regular version of Devil May Cry 5 on Xbox One, and now that obviously just went to CEX, so it contributed. Then we got The Babadook, which is one of the best horror films ever, and is another one that we needed to replace, so lovely stuff on that front. Insidious Chapter 2. I really hope I didn't already have that on Blu-ray. I don't believe I did. I need to actually make an actual list. Hancock, which I do believe I've made a bit of a mess up here. I think I meant to get, I already have Hancock. I meant to get iRobot. Whoops. Anyway, I'll take it back. It's only £1. Kingsman: The Secret Service, which, brilliant film. Also, thought occurs, does this not look identical to the front cover of The Gentleman a little bit? With the white and... Are they both Guy Ritchie? Nah, they're not both Guy Ritchie. Yeah, look at this. I've never noticed how similar they are, but that's interesting, isn't it? The Gentleman is one of the best films of all time, by the way. I'm after that on Blu-ray at some point, because it's just fantastic. Never noticed the similarity in the front covers, though. Next up, Transformers 1, which I do believe is the last Transformers film that I needed to get on Blu-ray to complete that collection. Skyfall, because slowly but surely going to get the Bond films on Blu-ray. Gladiator, because Gladiator appears to not be leaving my life at the moment, and, £3.50 for one of the best films ever made. And then this was something very special. This was the entire reason that I went to Canuck. The Gears of War 3 limited edition, with the medal and all. £25. Now, what's interesting about this one is I got a Gears of War 3 steelbook the other day, and I really thought that the steelbook that I got, this one, was out of that box, because that would make sense, right? But this is not in there. It's a different box in there as well. So I guess too cool version of Gears of War. Ruby is not happy with me moving around. But yeah, that was today's haul. Next on the agenda is opening up the fan mail. Let's see what we've got, shall we? Okay. It's a bit of a mess over there, I'm aware, but we're just going to have to deal with that. Okay. Let's go. Right, let's get this open, shall we? Ooh, that opened really easily. I think we've got a letter. I don't want to get spoiled by what it is. Ooh, okay. We got Little Britain again. This is the second one of these. This Little Britain looks like it lost a fight with Wolverine. It's come from CEX. There's some like big ass gashes across the back of it. I don't know what's gone on there, but yeah. We have a letter. Am I supposed to read the letter? You can read out loud if you want. I'm glad he said this, because sometimes people tell me not to. Hi, Cayle. I hope this mail came in one piece. You can read out loud if you want. I don't care. You inspire me a lot as a nerd gym rat myself. Watching your videos has been really helped me knuckle down in knowing what I want to do. I'm a YouTube fan, by the way. TikTok is AIDS. I've been through a lot of my life. I have minor cerebral palsy. Cerebral palsy? I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. But I've never let that stop me. Good man. I've defeated all standards the doctor set for me. I love to hear that. I am not a victim. That is good. Going through 6-7 operations to be able to fully walk, it was a gift, I believe. I was a boxer, shoulder injury, and I've been going to the gym for 4 to 5 years. I want to get a 60 kilo bench, 100 kilo deadlift, and stack on tricep push downs. I'm already close. Anyway, sorry for the rambling. Enjoy this masterpiece of a cursed game. Sorry the case is awful. It was a CEX lottery. No way. They sent this to your the CEX lotteried it to you. That's crazy. Right, hang on. There's a bit I'm not allowed to read. What are you wiggling your tail at, Ribster? What are you wiggling? Come here. Come here. Come here. I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Wait. Wait. I literally cannot keep up with it. The camera's gone. What's going on? Oh, hello. The gimbal was like, I don't know what to do. Right, big ears. Sit. Paw. Both. Good girl. Is dinner nearly ready then?
I need to toast them.
We got beef quesadillas today, so it's like cheesy beef inside of wraps that we then dip. And yay! And I also got my beef potato meal ready for later on as well. And then another one over here. Ruby's got a sock. Is she supposed to have that sock?
Yeah.
Dinner is served. It's basically pure carbs and protein. I mean, technically all foods are pure carbs, protein and fat, so it's pure 2/3 of every food ever. Okay, let's get the new DJI Osmo open. So we've got the second one there, and obviously I'm filming on the first, and then we're going to use the label maker to label them so it's easy to keep track of. Camera number 3 has now got a 3 on it. Camera number 2 has got a 2 on it, and you guys can't see because obviously I'm using it, but camera number 1's got a 1 on it. Alright, I'm going to head to the gym. See you when I'm back. Let's open up today's advent calendar, shall we? What day are we on?
It's a 9.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Number 9's massive. Number 9 is huge. Look. Let's see if I can get it open with one hand. Yeah, you say that, but we don't really have space. Okay, so number... Oh, I see. No, I can't.
Oh, is it gummies?
It's gummies.
You're going to start sneezing.
Basically, guys, when I was dieting, I was using these as like a snack. Don't snack on multivitamin gummies, because while they taste brilliant, they made me sneeze too much.
You can actually overdose on vitamins to the point where you start sneezing.
You can yeah, I overdosed a little bit on multivitamins.
Real.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know why I'm sneezing so maniacally, like non-stop all day, every day. We Googled, can you overdose on multivitamins? And the answer was yes, and that was why. But if you're only taking 1 to 2 a day like you are supposed to, and not like 5 to 10, you'll be just fine.
Boing, boing, boing. She's chinning you.
She's stupid.
Gonna miss you, Ribbles.
You're lucky. You get days away from her. I don't. I'm the full-time parent. You're part-time.
I'm not part-time.
You get... How many nights in the last week have you been away? Lots.
Only none.
Loads. What do you mean?
I've not been gone.
Chat, how many times have I driven her somewhere where she's been vanished for like most of the day?
Like 3 times last week.
3 times in the last week, exactly. Thought so. Shush. Alrighty then. I think that is about all of today's tasks done, besides setting up the new camera and hopefully playing some bloody Batman. I have not played games now for the best part of a month. Not really. Played a bit of Resident Evil, but with Ruby's phantom pregnancy and me being so busy and Neve being so busy in Christmas period, it's been hard to actually sit down and just play. I've just been doing so many other bloody things. And every time I go to CEX or go travelling for different CEXs, it's like, somehow I'm there hours. Like, I think I left the house at about 2 PM today, and it was 6 PM when I got back. And I went to 2 CEXs that are a 25-minute drive apart. Granted, I was in the first CEX for probably almost an hour, if not more, because of how long it took to scan all the stuff that I took, because I just took shed loads. But you know. Anyway, I need to tidy my room up tomorrow. Hopefully Ruby sleeps. Tomorrow's going to be a rough one. Tomorrow's going to be an interesting one. Neve is away overnight with work tomorrow, so I've got the dog overnight on my own. Which obviously, with the dog being the way she has been, could be rough. But she has been good the last few nights. I think tonight would be night number 3 that she's kept quiet. Like, she's asleep right now. It seems that she is pretty much back to normal. She's still sleeping a little bit lighter than she normally would. Like, for example, if I look at the camera when I go out there and go to the toilet, I can see that she wakes up, puts her head up and puts her bed down. She didn't used to do that. The true test will be whether or not in about 2 hours' time at about 2 in the morning I can go down and get a drink and a snack without her then staying awake, because she used to just not care at all. I guess we'll find out. Anyway, see you guys tomorrow.